Jill Hope here with Unleash Your Inner Wealth. And today I want to talk to you about a very common issue that so many people fall into. It's kind of a trap, actually, that can stop you from manifesting the money that you want for some desire. So let's say that there's something that you want to create. Let's say it's maybe a program you want to sign up for, or maybe it's a trip you want to go on, and you don't have the money in this moment. What happens to a lot of people is they fall into the trap of what not only I, but many other leaders call magical thinking. And what magical thinking is this sort of way that a lot of spiritual, heartfelt people, what they'll say is things like, I know if it's meant to be, the money will show up, or I can feel that the money's here, or I have faith that the money's going to show up so that I can do this thing, or I just know that the money's going to come to me. If it's meant for me to go, or for me to have this experience, the money will come. And that is such a misguided idea, and I'll tell you why. On the one hand, it's not misguided from the standpoint of it's good to have faith. It's good to know. It's good to trust that there is abundance for you, and that any desire that you can possibly have has the resources or the opportunities to create those resources available. In fact, you cannot have a desire without the way for that desire to be possible to also be present at the same time. You wouldn't even be able to feel the impulse of that desire if it wasn't ready to manifest for you now. But the problem with that thinking of, oh, I just know it's coming, it's going to show up, is that very often when someone says that, and check yourself on this if you say this, when someone says that, that's where they stop. They don't actually set up any practical way for that money to come in. They don't take any action to actually create the money that they just know is going to show up. And we are physical beings. We live in a physical world. I mean, we're much more than physical beings, but when you're trying to manifest something on this physical plane, you need to take actions in the physical, typically, to bring that money in, okay? It would be great if all we had to do was sit on the couch and meditate and vision and focus, and the doorbell would ring with the silver platter. That could happen, but the likelihood is not so great for most of us. Most of us have not built our consciousness to the state of awareness where that would actually happen for us. So for the average person, we've got to actually do something to make this money show up. We've got to do our end of the bargain, which is to take the steps that are presented to us. Take the first step, okay? So it's like stepping into opportunities. Now, one really great tool that you can use, it's an exercise that was actually given to me by a dear friend and colleague, Courtney Long. She's an amazing sacred sexuality coach, and hopefully I'll be able to have her come and meet you at some point, but look her up for sure. She has this great tool that she uses in this case, and I've actually used her tool as well. I don't think she came up with it. I think she got it from someone else, but I want to pass it along to you today because it's really helpful. When you're in a situation the next time and you want to create money for something that your heart really wants, you're really excited about it, you're a full-on yes, but you're not exactly sure how you're going to manifest that money, what I'd like to suggest that you do is you take a piece of paper and, perhaps if you have a money journal, we've talked about this before, that it's really good to have a money journal. So if you have a money journal, use your money journal. If not, just grab a piece of paper out of a notebook. And at the top, you want to write all of the possible ways that this money could show up for me to do X, whatever the thing is that you want. And then I want you to list between 20 and 50 things or ways or possibilities or ideas to manifest that money. What are some things that you can do? This is a brainstorm. It's a brain dump, okay? So when you're making the list, you don't want to be evaluating, how possible that is, or, how realistic it is. Don't do any of that judgment. Just write it down. If it comes up as a thought, if it comes up as an idea, write it down. And if you get to 18 things and you cannot think of a 19th, does that mean you should stop? Oh, no, it doesn't. Because in my experience, some of the most brilliant ideas actually come the longer you work on this. Now, it's okay to do it for a while until you can't think of anything else, and then you go off, do something different, and come back later. That's totally valid. Sometimes, we get to the point where we're tapped out. We can't think of any more ideas. So that's fine to step away. But do come back until you get, I want to challenge you to get at least 30 ways that you can bring that money in. Bonus points if you get more than 30, okay? What are some ideas or some thoughts or possibilities that you might have on a list for manifesting a certain amount of money? It could be things like you're going to ask a relative if you can borrow the money. Go to the bank and see if you can get a loan. Put some of the money on a credit card. Ask if you can be on a payment plan. Do layaway, depending on if it's a physical item. Maybe layaway is an option where you can pay a little bit at a time. Do they still do layaway these days? I'm not even sure. Maybe it's that you go and you help someone out for the afternoon, and they pay you, right? Like maybe you go help someone move, or you offer to help someone out in their business to see if anyone needs a little bit of extra support, or this is kind of how you want to be thinking. Whatever comes to you in your mind, there's a reason why that's coming in relation to this question, okay? So just list out all your opportunities. And then when you are done, when you feel complete, then you want to take action on some of these, at least one or two of these, to get things moving in your favor, right? To get the universe to meet you and to start bringing you the next steps and to start bringing you more of the opportunities that will allow you to manifest that money. It's not enough just to wish and want and hope. You actually have to step into it. It's kind of like if you want to go somewhere, you want to travel somewhere in your car, and you set your GPS on the destination. You'll get the first step. It'll say, go forward and take a left, right, at the first stop sign, whatever it may be. But if you don't actually drive out of your garage and go down your driveway and get onto the street, you'll never get the next step. And you won't get to your destination, will you? You could sit in your car and just imagine how cool it will be to get to that destination. Let's say you're going to drive out to the ocean or the lake and have a beach day. But if you never leave your driveway, you can dream all you want and you're not going to get to the beach. I guarantee you that. So you do have to step forward with that faith that you have, in faith, from the knowing that as you step forward, additional steps, additional opportunities will show up to help you get there. And as long as you continue to take the steps, you will eventually create the money or the opportunities that will allow you to experience that thing that you want. Okay? So let's get out of the magical thinking. There's nothing wrong with having I want you to have a dream, and I want you to think really big, and I want you to have faith and to know that the money's there for you. That's all really great. But then take the next step. Put the practical aspect of creating money in this physical world into play, because until you do, it'll never happen. And you'll be left wishing and wanting and hoping and not having what you want. So I hope that's been helpful for you today. If you want to get more tips on different ways to shift your mind so that you can start bringing in more abundance, more prosperity, more money into your life this year, I want you to check out my free training. It's brand new. It's free for now. I'm going to be packaging it up into another program where it'll cost. So grab it while it's free. The link is down below. And if you want more personalized support, consider checking out my 90-day Money Mindset for Success program. This is where I work personally with you, where I really get to understand how your thinking is keeping you from the thing that you want. I help you get clarity on what it is you really want, and then we overcome those blocks. I will guide you through this. I've done this for many clients in the past. It is so amazing and so wonderful, and it feels miraculous, even though it's actually science, but it feels like a miracle every time you see someone let go of the false beliefs, the false patterns, the false habits that do not bring them to what they want, and you see them start to step into all of their power to be able to create what they desire. So if you want that extra personalized support, definitely reach out to me. My email's down below, info@ishinekids.com. Let me know, number one, what you're trying to create that's not coming, and what you think's getting in the way. And we'll get on a money mindset clarity call to help you see what are those one or two things that are blocking you from having what you want. And we'll also assess whether or not the 90-day program, Money Mindset for Success, whether or not that can help you, okay? And if it is, I'll make you the invitation and we'll take it from there. So good luck with this. I know that you are ready for more. I know you deserve to have what you want. We all do. We wouldn't have a desire if we weren't worthy of having that thing. But we do have to take some physical action in this physical world to bring it to fruition. Wishing and hoping is not enough. So here's wishing and hoping and so much more that you create all of your dreams and all your wishes, and that you are financially supported to do all that you would love to do in this world. Until next time, be well. Bye.